Your person is currently in a period of silence, not because they have lost interest, but because they are in the process of moving toward a greater sense of stability and peace within themselves. Their quiet energy may feel distant or difficult to read, but this is not a reflection of their feelings for you, it's a reflection of the inner work they are doing. They could be healing from a toxic or karmic situation that has left them emotionally drained and uncertain about how to move forward. This period of solitude is necessary for them to regain balance, clarity, and emotional strength. Although it might seem as if they have pulled away, there is a deep and undeniable pull they feel towards you, something magnetic that continues to draw their energy back in your direction no matter how far they try to go. Your person views you in an almost divine light. To them, you embody both the energy of the magician and the empress, powerful, nurturing, creative, and self-assured. You manifest with intention and move through life with quiet confidence, and this captivates them on a profound level. They see you as someone who doesn't chase or beg for attention, instead, you attract through authenticity and strength. They admire how you command respect without raising your voice, how your mere presence speaks volumes about your self-worth and inner peace. There's an aura about you that demands recognition, even from those who do not fully understand your depth. Your person feels this deeply. They may even find themselves quietly watching you, observing your growth, success, and the way you carry yourself with dignity. You've evolved in ways they can hardly put into words. You no longer settle for less than you deserve, and that change has challenged them to rise to your level. They have begun to understand that in order to meet you where you are, they must let go of immaturity, ego, and emotional avoidance. Your firm boundaries, though intimidating at times, have inspired their transformation. They realize now that love is not about control or comfort, it's about respect, emotional safety, and consistency. Where they once may have acted impulsively or withdrawn out of fear, they are now learning patience and emotional responsibility. Deep down, your person wants to show you how serious they are about you. They plan to take tangible action, though it might not be in the dramatic way you expect. Their gestures may be small at first, a message, a thoughtful act, or an unexpected appearance, but each will carry meaning and sincerity. They want to demonstrate through their behavior, not just their words, that they are committed to building something real. To them, you represent maturity, sensuality, and wisdom. They find this combination incredibly magnetic and grounding. You embody the type of love that challenges a person to evolve, to become better, not just for you, but for themselves. Your person desires to express their love in ways that feel genuine and intimate. Physical touch, affection, and small acts of care are their chosen language. They crave closeness, but not in a possessive way. They long for the type of connection where both hearts feel safe. They want to hold you, to make up for the time lost in confusion and distance, to remind you through gentle gestures that their heart has always been tethered to yours. Yet, they are also aware that you have become more cautious. You are no longer quick to trust or to open your heart without discernment. The experiences that once wounded you have now shaped your strength and wisdom. You are standing firmly in your power, no longer triggered by the same emotional patterns that used to cause pain or uncertainty. You've learned to find peace within yourself, and this has shifted the dynamic between you and your person. They feel the change. Where once they could sense your longing or vulnerability, now they sense your confidence and detachment. This doesn't mean you don't care. It simply means you have learned to prioritize your emotional well-being over the need for validation or connection. This energy is deeply attractive to them, even if it intimidates them at times. They know they can no longer approach you with inconsistency or half-hearted promises. Their current pace may seem slow, but it is intentional. They understand that true healing and rebuilding cannot be rushed. They are dismantling old patterns and letting go of emotional baggage that has held them back for far too long. Each day, they are taking small, deliberate steps toward becoming someone who can offer you the love and stability you deserve. It's a quiet transformation, one that is happening behind the scenes, unseen but deeply felt. Their patience is not a sign of hesitation, it is a reflection of their desire to do things right this time. This connection has the potential to move into the physical world, but it will require both of you to honor your own growth and timing. Your person's healing journey is bringing them closer to the version of themselves that can truly meet you. Meanwhile, your strength, self-respect, and emotional clarity are anchoring the energy of this connection in truth rather than illusion. You are no longer the person who waits in uncertainty, you are the person who stands in your power, knowing that whatever is meant for you will never pass you by. Your person feels this shift and recognizes that if they want to be part of your world, they must approach you with authenticity, patience, and devotion. Their silence is not the end, it is the pause before the next chapter begins. They are preparing themselves, aligning their energy, and gathering the courage to reach out when the time feels right. In their heart, they believe this connection is worth the wait, and they are willing to move as slowly as necessary to bring it into reality. I've been suffering in silence since the last time we spoke, carrying a heaviness that I can't seem to shake. There's been this constant weight in my chest, this ache that lingers no matter how much I try to ignore it. I know I've built this wall around myself, a wall made of pride, fear, and insecurity, and I've hidden behind it for too long. The truth is, I let my pride get in the way of something beautiful. I convinced myself that staying silent or acting indifferent would protect me, but instead, it's only made me feel more distant, more lost, and more disconnected from the person who means the most to me, you. I have this habit of letting insecurity consume me. It creeps in quietly, whispering doubts into my mind, making me believe that I'm not enough, not attractive enough, not interesting enough, not lovable enough. When those thoughts take over, I start to act out. I put up a front, pretending that I'm fine, that I don't care, that I can easily move on. But that's a lie, a defense mechanism I've learned to use whenever I feel vulnerable. Acting as if I don't care gives me the illusion of control, but inside, I'm unraveling. It's a way to protect myself from rejection, from the possibility that you might not feel the same depth of emotion that I feel for you. The truth is, I am completely infatuated with you. It's more than just attraction, it's an unexplainable pull that draws me toward you no matter how hard I try to resist it. There's something about the way you move, the way you speak, the way you see the world, it captivates me. You've left an imprint on my heart that I can't erase. Every time I close my eyes, I see your face, every time I try to focus on something else, my mind wanders back to you. I've tried to distract myself, to bury these feelings, but it's useless. You're everywhere, in the songs I listen to, in the places I go, even in my dreams. And yet, even with all this emotion swirling inside me, I've let fear dictate my actions. I've said things I didn't mean. I've acted cold when all I wanted to do was reach out and hold you. I've convinced myself that pushing you away would somehow make it hurt less if things didn't work out. But that was a mistake. Because the truth is, pretending not to care doesn't protect me, it only leaves me feeling emptier. You have been doing more than enough. You've shown patience, kindness, and understanding even when I didn't deserve it. You've tried to reach me through my silence, to remind me that you care, and I should have seen that for what it was, love, or at least something real. Instead, I made you feel as though you weren't good enough, and for that, I'm truly sorry. That was never my intention. I was projecting my own insecurities onto you, when in reality, you've been everything I could ever ask for. I see now how unfair that was, to you, and to what we could have been. In truth, I adore you. I adore the way you laugh, the way your eyes light up when you talk about something you're passionate about. I adore the comfort I feel in your presence, the way time seems to slow down when we're together. You make me feel seen in ways no one else ever has, and that's both beautiful and terrifying. Because being seen means being vulnerable, and vulnerability is something I've always struggled with. It's easier to hide behind my ego than to admit how much I care, how much I want you, how much I need you. Every night, I find myself fantasizing about us being together, really being together. I imagine the simple things, waking up next to you, sharing quiet mornings, laughing over small, stupid things, and building a life that feels safe and real. I imagine a world where my fears don't sabotage what we have, where I can finally let my guard down and love you the way you deserve to be loved. There's just something about you that I can't escape. It's like you've become a part of me, a part one never asked for but couldn't live without once I found it. Maybe it's foolish, but I believe that some connections are meant to challenge us, to force us to grow, to confront our deepest fears, and to learn what love truly means. You've done that for me. You've made me realize that love isn't about pride or control, it's about vulnerability, honesty, and trust. It's about showing up even when it's hard, and admitting when we're wrong. I want to be brave enough to do that now, to show you who I really am beneath the fear and the facade. I don't expect forgiveness right away, and I don't expect things to magically return to how they once were. I just want you to know that I see you, I value you, and I'm sorry for letting my pride and insecurity get in the way of something real. You mean so much to me, more than words can capture. I hope, in time, you'll see that my feelings are genuine, that every moment of silence, every awkward pause, every distance I created was never about you not being enough. It was always about me being too afraid to admit just how deeply I care. Because the truth is, I love you, not in a fleeting, temporary way, but in a way that feels permanent, lasting, and real. It is a period of deep reflection and transformation for your partner, one where the universe seems to be guiding them toward greater emotional awareness and authenticity. For a long time, they have coasted through relationships without allowing themselves to dive beneath the surface. It wasn't that they didn't care, rather, they believed that maintaining a certain emotional distance protected them from pain, disappointment, and vulnerability. They found comfort in keeping things light, in not having to reveal too much or confront the wounds buried deep within their past. To them, intimacy meant risk, and risk meant potential heartbreak. Yet, in their connection with you, something feels undeniably different. They sense that they can no longer hide behind shallow interactions or half-hearted gestures. They are fast approaching a turning point, ready, or perhaps compelled, to shift the dynamics of your relationship in a profound and meaningful way. Your partner has always been someone who draws attention effortlessly. Their charm, presence, and charisma make people respect and admire them almost instantly. They are the kind of person who walks into a room and naturally becomes the center of gravity, someone others gravitate toward. Yet, behind that confident exterior lies a soul that has long feared true emotional exposure. They have mastered the art of control, keeping their heart guarded, and ensuring that no one ever sees the full depth of their emotions. But you, unlike anyone they have ever met before, have managed to pierce through that armor. You are both beautiful and magnetic, not just in appearance but in spirit. You exude a quiet confidence, a radiance that commands attention without needing to demand it. There is something about your energy, graceful yet unyielding, that challenges them in ways they never expected. You are their equal, their mirror, and their ideal match. You embody the kind of strength that inspires others, yet you balance it with emotional intelligence and compassion. You thrive on challenges, always pushing yourself to grow, to evolve, to understand more deeply the world around you and the people in it. It is precisely this combination of intellect, emotional depth, and beauty that captivates your partner and draws them in. In your eyes, love has always been about honesty and vulnerability. You understand that real connection requires more than attraction, it demands courage. You don't shy away from emotional intensity, in fact, you embrace it, knowing that it is through such intensity that true intimacy is born. You are someone who values depth over superficiality, and you seek a partner who can stand beside you with an open heart, unafraid of sharing their truth. Loyalty and emotional integrity mean everything to you. When you commit, you do so wholeheartedly, standing firm through both the triumphs and the trials. Your partner admires this about you more than they can put into words. They see how sure of yourself you are, how you move through life with intention and self-awareness. You seem to always be 10 steps ahead, not out of competition, but because you anticipate, observe, and understand the rhythms of people and life itself. This sense of confidence can be intimidating to others, but to your partner, it is utterly irresistible. You challenge them to rise to your level, to become someone capable of meeting you in both passion and purpose. For a long time, they may have avoided emotional depth because they feared losing control. But with you, control seems less important than connection. You stir emotions in them they didn't know existed. They find themselves wanting to open up, to be seen fully, to reveal not just their strengths but their vulnerabilities too. You make them believe that perhaps love doesn't have to mean pain, that maybe, just maybe, emotional honesty could lead to healing rather than heartbreak. Your partner now stands at a crossroads. On one path lies the familiar, the safety of remaining guarded and detached, where feelings are kept at a comfortable distance. On the other path lies transformation, a journey into deeper emotional intimacy, one that could change the way they experience love forever. They feel an undeniable pull toward you, toward the possibility of something real, raw, and extraordinary. This is not a fleeting attraction or a temporary infatuation, it's something that touches their very soul. They recognize that what they feel for you goes beyond desire, it's a longing for connection, for understanding, for a partnership that awakens every dormant part of their heart. They see you as the person who can fulfill not only their fantasies but also their deepest emotional needs. To them, you represent everything they've secretly yearned for but never believed they could have: stability, depth, passion, and truth. You are the one who makes them want to become better, to grow, to heal, and to love more fearlessly. Your energy is powerful, magnetic, and transformative, and they are drawn to it like a moth to a flame. In your presence, they are learning that love isn't about perfection or control, it's about trust, surrender, and mutual respect. They are beginning to understand that vulnerability is not weakness but strength in its purest form. You've become the mirror through which they see not just who they are, but who they could become. This realization is both terrifying and exhilarating for them. Ultimately, your partner feels that you are unlike anyone else they have ever known. You are not just a lover, you are an awakening. You stir their emotions, challenge their fears, and ignite their soul. And though they may not have fully expressed it yet, deep down, they know that you are the one person capable of fulfilling their most profound desires, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. You are their muse, their challenge, their comfort, and their dream all at once.